And once again, welcome back to Philly Sports Spotlight. I'm your host, Phil Andrews. Of course, it's no secret, folks. The Phillies' goal this year and every year is to get to the World Series and give their fans another parade down Broad Street. Of course, easier said than done, right? Not only are they dealing with an aging roster, but quite frankly, the rest of the National League is that much better. Now, as the team continues to find itself here in 2013, kudos to a couple of personal milestones. For one, Doc Halladay picking up his 200th career win after struggling through his first two starts this season. And then, of course, there's everybody's favorite, Chase Utley, back during the Braves series, cranked his 200th career home run. Not too shabby, right? Of course, following the Atlanta series, Chase's batting average was about .455. Good start, to say the least. But since then, Chase's average has dropped to about .277. Not bad, but hopefully he doesn't drop anymore and he can hold his own. See, here's one of the things with the Phillies, and here's a problem that's been an ongoing problem over the last couple of years. Go back to 2009. You see here, 820 runs scored, okay? Now, each year since then, the runs have gone down. Last year, 684. How many games did you see Philly pitchers go out and pitch a gem but get no run support? Cliff Lee comes to mind many times. If that number drops again here in 2013, you can bet the playoffs, again, will be a distant cousin for the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's hoping they can hold their own, get their bats working, and get back into the groove of things. Well, the 76ers season will mercifully come to an end tonight in Indiana, and so too will the Andrew Bynum experiment, which without a doubt has set this franchise back who knows how many years. Oh, and did I mention that they'll be looking for a new head coach? Doug Collins this week decided to resign. The whole thing is just a huge mess. Let's see where they go from here. I can tell you, though, the recent inductees for 2013 in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame were recently announced. You see at the top there, Rick Pitino just won a national title with Louisville. He's heading in. Bernard King, the former Knick player. Gary Payton, Jerry Tarkanian. Remember Jerry Tarkanian? He used to eat those towels when he used to coach at UNLV, and there's a bunch of other old-timers there. Russ Granick is going in as an administrator. Sylvia Hatchell is a coach. But I saved the best for last. Dawn Staley, she's going into the Hall as many things.
Kick it out to Staley. Staley drives, stops, pivots, shoots, scores.
Dawn Staley.
Dawn Staley.
This is the story of one of the finest athletes ever to play women's basketball and one of the finest young coaches in the game today. It is also the story of a young humanitarian determined to encourage and inspire young people to realize their fullest potential. I'm Coach John Chaney. Let me tell you about the wonderful woman that I know, Dawn Staley.
I didn't choose basketball. I don't really think it's a sport that I chose. I think basketball chose me. Basketball chose me to use to touch so many other people. And I think that is, that's a responsibility in itself to use basketball to help others see their dream, to see their niches in life.
Dawn's own dreams were nurtured where she grew up, in the Raymond Rosen homes in North Philadelphia.
The root of who I am starts at those very projects, starts at 25th and Diamond. That is where I hone my skills, on that particular court.
I told her, never be ashamed of where you came from, where you grew up, where you live. Never, ever be ashamed, because some kid may read your story, and because you lived in a project, some kid may be out there and read your story in that magazine, and they will say, if that girl could do the things that she does now, I can do it.
Yeah, Dawn went from those courts at Raymond Rosen, you heard Coach Chaney talk about, to Dobbins Tech. From Dobbins Tech, she had a full ride to Virginia, where she played her college basketball. She won 3 gold medals on 3 different USA national teams, and actually at the Sydney Games was the athlete chosen by her colleagues, her fellow athletes, to bear the flag walking into the stadium. That's a big honor in itself. And, of course, she played for the WNBA. She's coached at Temple, where she took the Temple Lady Owls to the tournament. And she's now the coach at South Carolina, where she has done the same thing. So is she deserving of the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. Dawn Staley is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame later this year. Well deserved. Another Philadelphia jewel on her way to Springfield, Massachusetts. Folks, we'll be back to wrap up tonight's show right after this next break. Tonight's Philly segment was sponsored by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. the home with a quad-sparing knee replacement. For more information, call 855-VIRTUA-3. Well, recently we told you about the amazing new sport of Cronum, a sport that has taken the Philadelphia area by storm. Tonight, Philly Sports Spotlight's Mike McCoy catches up with the men behind the sport.
A sport truly unlike any other. Cronum, which combines the talents of soccer, basketball, and handball, originated here in southeastern Pennsylvania. But through social media and other aspects, they look to continue the sport nationwide.
Cronum is the most fun sport you can play.
And it is quickly evolving, as there is a position on the field for anyone who is involved.
I wanted to combine the best of, in a way, sort of the ultimate mashup of team sports, or if you think of a musical analogy, music samples from one genre or another.
The best part of Cronum is it combines so many elements of the most popular sports in the world. You have the soccer, football aspect, you have the handball and basketball, and those are three of the most popular sports in the world, and you put it all into one field, and it just involves so many people.
There's something in it for everyone. If you like to play sports and you like to be active, you step on the field, there's a spot for you, and you will have fun doing it.
The sport that started out as just a game between friends is now becoming a national phenomenon, with fields going on in Long Island, New York, Jersey, and even starting up in Maryland.
It started off just me talking to guys that were at Villanova University or guys that were at Westchester University and other folks and inviting them to come try this thing out. And it kind of stuck.
Guys like Skylar Jenkins and Dean Camastro, Matt Noskow, these are all ringleaders that we have, and they're from Towson and Widener and Long Island, New York. I think the more people do it and the more schools that get involved, I think more people are going to raise their hand and say, I want to do it, I want to be the guy at Penn State University, I want to be the guy at USC, I want to be the guy at Texas.
While they have ringleaders from other universities, they are building their network through social media and have a pretty good following.
If you tweet at us, if you post on our Facebook wall, if you message us, anything, we hear you. If you send an email, I'm the person that's answering the emails, so I will immediately get back to you I'd say within 24 hours, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on.
So why should someone come out and try the sport of Cronum?
It's addicting, honestly. We have guys that literally say that they're addicted to Cronum now because it just was so new and so fresh that they're like, once they play one time, they're just like, I gotta get back out there.
Tell me what other sport you can head the ball, have somebody catch it, and then dunk it. I don't think that exists in any other sport.
I guarantee when you play Cronum, it's going to be brand new, it's going to be very fresh, it's going to be a great workout, and you're going to have a bunch of fun. That's why you should play.
A fresh, new, challenging sport that has a spot for anyone. So go check out the next event Cronum has to offer by visiting their website at cronum.com. Reporting for Philly Sports Spotlight, I'm Mike McCoy.
To quote my kids, that is just absolutely sick. And by the way, if you want to see some more videos of some actual game action, go to YouTube, type in Cronum, and there's got to be 30 or 40 videos there that you can, I mean, it's unbelievable. I wish the sport was around when I was younger. Not saying I would play it, but I just wish it was around when I was younger. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this offering of Philly Sports Spotlight. Don't forget, we'll see you back here every Wednesday night at 7 and midnight. On behalf of the entire Philly Sports Spotlight crew and our good friends from Downhill Productions, Coach Herb, and of course, Brian for the Philadelphia Soul, thank you. I'm Phil Andrews, and I'm out of here.